much, Scott, and good afternoon, everyone. I'm pleased to be here in the Hockey Hall of Fame. What a great place to be making this announcement. But just as importantly, I'm also pleased to be here in the traditional territory of the Mississaugas of New Credit, which is something I think we always have to remember wherever we are in the province or the country. Now, about a year and a half ago, early on in my tenure as Minister of Aboriginal Affairs, I experienced something that my good friend Chris will very soon be experiencing, and my good friend Larry experienced not long ago as well. And that was when I had an opportunity to visit some of the far north communities. And it was one of the first communities that I went to. I'll never forget. I was taking a tour of the community with the chief in his truck, and it was a really cold day. And we drove by an arena, their outdoor arena. And I asked to stop because, as many of you know, I'm really a hockey guy first, a politician second, and that will never change. But I asked the chief to stop, and I saw a young fella out playing hockey we're talking about minus 40-degree temperatures. And I often describe that because some people in Toronto never have experienced that. And I say, if you ever walk outside and your nose hairs all freeze at the same time, that's what it's like to be in minus 40-degree temperatures. So I got out of the truck and went over and talked to the young fella, and he kind of looked at me, and I think he was a little afraid at first, because he wondered, who's this guy walking up from somewhere far away? And I just said, don't worry, I'm a hockey coach from Toronto. I was kind of lying a bit, I used to be a hockey coach. But he bought into it, and I showed him a little bit about proving how he took a slap shot. And I couldn't help but notice that the net he was using was really not much of a net. The piece of ice he was skating on, not much bigger than this little stage here. The rest of the ice was chewed up and snow all over it. The boards, what was left of them, there wasn't much left of them there. And there he was, all by himself. No teammates, no coaches, just on his own. So I went on with the rest of the tour and got on a plane and flew back, started flying back to the city. But I could not get this young guy out of my mind. And as I've gone through, community after community, and met young people like him in one place after the other, very quickly I came to the realization that, you know what, we've got to do better. These young people deserve more than they're getting right now. So as my job progressed, and as I got to realize more of what was going on in communities, we came to the realization it wasn't just myself, my colleagues, our government, and I think First Nation leadership has very quickly come to the conclusion that we need to do more in the fields of education. We need to do more to provide greater access to jobs and economic development opportunity for what is the fastest growing young population in our province and in our country. At the same time, and we are doing some of that. Ontario is a national leader now and moving forward on many of these initiatives, but we all know that's going to take time. And as that time passes, we're just losing far too many of these young, vibrant, wonderful people. We're losing them through the cracks. And that's just not acceptable. We've got to do something. So that's really where this program has sort of come out of. And the idea was, this isn't something just for the Government of Ontario to be concerned about, or for First Nations to be concerned about. It's something for every one of us in our society to take an interest in and to be part of. So what we're announcing today isn't so much a government program, isn't so much something that we're saying we're doing on our own, and we're not announcing this today to try to get credit for anything. What we're announcing today is a very significant partnership. It's a partnership between governments, not just us, but others eventually. It's a partnership with our corporate partners. It's a partnership with First Nation leaders and communities. It's a partnership that will eventually involve labor. It's a partnership, frankly, I would describe as a partnership of our entire generation. Because we have a responsibility. This isn't, like I said, our government's responsibility. This is the responsibility of our generation to ensure that we find ways to give these young people hope. Hope for a better future, hope and access to education, skills, and economic development opportunities. But as I said, there's maybe a little ways away. And that's why I'm so pleased today that I can say we've come across an organization that we believe will drive this program, this project, this vision to a different height. An organization that around the world has impacted the lives of millions of young people. An organization, I think, in 26 different countries around the world, many of them war-torn countries, has gone in not to tell people how to live, because that's the old way of doing things and it never works, but has gone in to try to develop capacity within those communities, to train people and to organize people so that they can, through sports, help teach young people life skills. The kind of skills that they need to get through life's challenges. In particular, for young people that may have more challenges than many of the rest of society. So I am absolutely thrilled and delighted to be here today to be able to announce a partnership between the Government of Ontario and a Right to Play organization, one of the most significant organizations right now in the world. This is a moment that we've waited a long time to let people know about. It's taken a long time to put this together. We still got a long way to go, but I'm looking very, very forward now to working in partnership with Right to Play, who I think are the single most important charity that I've ever come across. The amount of people that they touch, the amount of lives that they've been able to improve is phenomenal. This, I believe, will be one of the first times that they've been able to do some work here in Canada. And I'm delighted that here in Ontario, we're in a position to be able to welcome them and become a partner with them to make this happen. My good friend, Chief Norm Hardesty, is here. I'm looking forward to moving forward with this program. The first place we'll start, and I was just meeting the young people as I was moving in, is in Moose Cree First Nation. I know that with Chief Hardesty's leadership, this first program, this first pilot will be a huge success and will be the precursor to moving this initiative out throughout the province. I see my good friend Grand Chief Stan Beardy here as well. And Stan has been an ardent partner in this program. We wouldn't be here without his leadership. And I know his passion for young people. I know his passion as well for hockey is huge. Stan has both a professional connection to this program and a personal one as well. And as I said, without his leadership, we would not be here. So today, I'm absolutely delighted to be here, to be able to announce this wonderful partnership between the province of Ontario and Right to Play. We have more partners that are at the table than that we'll be moving forward with in the future. Corporate partners, foundation partners, and government partners, as well as labor partners. This is the beginning of something really special. And as I was saying to Mrs. Tannenbaum when we walked in, this is something that I think our entire generation should be taking an interest in, because not just beginning today, but today signifies one step forward. We have an opportunity to change the course of our collective history. This is one of the ways that we can make a difference. So thank you so much, and I look forward to continuing on and with the program. Thank you.